Even if he somehow kills it, it still goes back in our deck. It's only the banish that matters. So we consume here as he tries to set up his bricked Champion's Charge. That'll probably cost him the game. It's just going to hit us for like 8 damage or something. Brand, sure, and then we just play the Vi. And that should pretty much do it. Like I said, getting rid of the tier is a huge difference in this matchup. Huge difference. And once we saw that, we could play the match out completely differently. Because he misses out on one of his punishes, and his tall punish here, this is, yeah, it's Champion's Charge. Today, at the request of several people, we will be playing Vi. I have never played Vi before, and it was on my list of most hated cards, so let's see how this goes. But first off, let me just say that I did try a few games with this deck just to make sure it seemed like it went okay, and we needed to play some stuff for the autumn cycle, which, you know, this helps out with that. Anyway, let's get into the deck here. We're playing Overwhelming Hunger. I don't think this explanation will take very long. Playing Overwhelming Hunger for the leader abilities. It's really nice if we can save those to round 3 or have toads left over. Cursed Scroll just draws us our Vi or Haunt or whatever you want. We have Haunt. Haunt's really good because it gives you a whole bunch of ways to consume with Vi. Whereas if you're up against a control deck, they're usually killing all of your consume cards, which makes Vi worse in that case. But the Haunt gives you a bunch of ways to do it, which is quite helpful. Then we have Vi himself to get that 1 power buff. And that's quite nice for the deck. Like, the deck used to be pretty bad. I think it's alright now. The extra points really add up from Vi because you keep consuming him. Oneiromancy just finds whatever we want. Horrorquax. I'll be honest here, guys. Horrorquax is one of the reasons I want to play this deck. I think this card's hilarious. And sometimes you just pull something funny out of the opponent's deck. In any deck that could play Horrorquax, it's pretty funny to use it in. Then we have World Decree. Find what we want. Naglfar. Again, find what we want. Mata. Draw Haunt or Vi. Double Cross and Hillick, just find Vi. Prince Willem, find Vi. There's a lot of stuff here. We're playing 1 Barghest. You could play no Barghest. You can play like kind of whatever in these 3/5 vision slots. These are like the whatever slots. Buy 1 of the Barghest and 2 Witch Apprentices, just engine cards because we lack engines and we are just point slam. And in a round 1, they could certainly come in handy, which is why we're going with them against a heavy engine deck like Symbiosis or something. And then we have the Barghest, just extra consume options here. Then we have 2 Giant Toads. You can actually Megascope the Giant Toads. I've seen that. You can Megascope them, so then you just play Vi and have a bunch of Graveyard Consumes with the Toad. I don't like the tempo loss of it when this is a tempo-based deck, but it's an option. We're just playing the 2 Toads, though. We've got 1 Spores for kind of tall punish, the 2 Fiends for point slam, the Archospores for thinning and kind of point slam, the 2 Slizzards. If the Slizzards live, it's really nice. But I don't think you ever want to be consuming Vi every turn with a Slizzard, because you're just giving them like a 100-point card to destroy or play Spores on. Then 1 Peller, just in case we need to remove something. Or just unlock something, or mostly for poisons, honestly. But you can do this on a lot of stuff, but mostly poisons what ends up happening. And the 2 Banshees just for more consumes. We want consumes on orders a lot of the time, so we can have a Vi come out and then consume it right away. And that is the deck. Nothing too crazy, nothing too out of the usual for Vi. And let's just go see how it works out. Like I said, this probably wasn't that long of an explanation, but there is not that much to do with Vi. I think you just put in as much stuff as you can to play him and kind of go from there. We're going to play probably mid-range fruits with the werewolves and stuff. Should be interesting. Like I said in the deck intro, I did play a few games with this just to do some of the autumn cycle quests. Don't think we need this. And I understand the appeal, right? Like, you put a lot of the pressure for decisions onto your opponent, and that can be quite nice. It makes it, like, not very, like, not, I wouldn't say simplistic. There's still decisions to be made. Like, do we need 2 Slizzards here? I really want 2 Witch Apprentices against this deck, though. One of these back. Okay, we'll go with this, I suppose. Like I was saying, I get the appeal. Like, it puts a lot of the pressure for decisions on the opponent. And when you're doing that, oh, it's like kind of relaxing just to keep playing your big guy every turn. I get the appeal. I just think it would get boring if we played a whole bunch of times. And it's not fun to have it done against you, where all the pressure for decisions put on you. Now, these guys usually run a heat wave, right? Let's see if he plays it. Usually like a heat wave, the Ifrits, and then Lord Riptide and Erendite, right? That's usually what they have, all that, but we should slow down the Erendite at least. I think for we're gonna want to draw actually the spores, I think, off of Scroll, just to have that for later. So that'd be quite nice. And I do want to get Archospore going. The reason, if we get well, I guess we can't talk. We'll wait until the end of the round and see if we can draw a Scroll, like more towards the end of the round. It looks like we'll get last say. We'll draw with this so we can Spores the Werewolf, because that'd be extremely good. It's our only real tall punish, so it's nice that we could do that. I don't know if we actually play this lizard here. I think we should, but first we've got some other guys that are already out to consume. We'll play Vi first, then go into it. And we'll use this while we still have the dominance here. One more turn here. And then I think we'll go with this lizard. I wanted to put it on the row with the Night Wraith. The Horcrux Momuna would be extremely good if we can get that off. So maybe we do that next. Because he's probably passing here. Yeah, he probably passes here, so we probably do this to see if we can hit Momuna. That's one of his best cards. Okay, we got Lord Riptide, which means he has all of his big stuff in his hand. Which could be an issue. Do we actually want the spores? I think we do actually want the spores. I think we'll put one of these back after all. As he passes here, we can go into round 2 and have that spores to punish the werewolf. The thing is, we haven't set up any toads or anything, which is a little unfortunate. But the longer we can make his Erendite bad, the better it is for us, really. And this is the time where we go Slizzard or decide Slizzard or Apprentice. I think this is a Slizzard turn, so we can afford to play it. And then we'll go Apprentice. Just gonna Colossal Ifrit it. That's fine. Do this now.
When pigs fly, eh?
Really prefer not to use a leader charge here because they're so good in short rounds. But if we have to, we have to. It's fine. He might get a chance here to go Werewolf and try and get his Erendite back online. He might actually go for that, except we don't have a great target. This will get big enough that'll be good eventually, though. We're not too concerned about a short round as long as we've got our Vi going. So I think Mata makes a lot of sense here as our next play. Okay, he's going to do that.
No problem.
Now we can either go Vi and Leader, or let him have this. I don't think we want to let him have it. So I think we go Vi Leader. Then we can go maybe Mata next, we'll see. This is one of his big removals, right? Okay, there's the werewolf. We've got a spores for it. Will be the best spores we're gonna get here. He still has his Erendite. I can go Mata next turn. And then maybe Hillock. I don't want to use our last leader, but we might. We go Mata here. Go down 2 cards. He played the werewolf. We could just kind of let him have it at this point. I think we will. Sure, Erendite's going to be pretty big and all that, but I don't want to commit the last leader charge here. And he did lose the werewolf, which is his big finisher card. Mamuna's the other one that's pretty good, but... Okay, Bargus is not bad because it gives us consumes that aren't our leader charge. So I think we might hold on to that guy. We'll go with this. This hand's pretty good. This finds Vi no matter what, because the other two things are both things that play him. Is it Mamuna time? Bet it is. I think we just play Mata or we play Bargist. We'll play Mata.
With me, you'll forget your sorrows.
He's in a nice spot where he can go up cards round 3, but without these guys, like without Mamuna, he'll just be relying on Erendite value. If we play this, is it in range of him killing it? It might be. But we were ahead for a while in round 1. I think this might be safe. Like, I guess his Erendite's, I would guess, is like a 9 or 10. Now this will live, but we'll see. It's quite good if it lives, quite bad if it doesn't. The difference is if it doesn't live, we have to Oneiromancy a consume card. Okay, that's good. See, we still probably need to Oneiromancy a consume card. We know everything that's higher than 9 provisions in his deck's in his hand, right? That are units, at least. We're thinking Slizzard probably gets Toad Princed if he's playing it. I don't remember if they play it. He gets 9 here, so we have to do a Vi. The other thing is he played Heatwave, right? So even if we play Vi, he can't kill it. So we could play Vi, then play a Consume. It should be safe. There's the Erendite. What's it at? 8. Oh, we were pretty close. Let's see. So we could play Vi, then not Consume. There really is no way for him to kill it without Heatwave. There's no way, right? So we could play it. What's it at? It's at 20. That gets us on even. Then what would you play to consume it? Like, we have consume orders, though, is the thing. Guess we'd Oneiromancy a Toad. Then eat it with the Toad to have the Toad carry over. Yeah. Let's do it.
I'll show my mother she's wrong.
No Heatwave, this is safe. It always feels weird to put him on the board, for being honest. Because Oneiromancing the Toad gives us a fantastic setup. Then we have, if we need a leader into the Vi again, we'll have the Toad basically as a pseudo leader charge round 3. If he keeps playing. No match he would unless he has like a Spores. Alright, so yep, that's good. Then we play this, grab with the Toad, and do that consume. We've got basically 2 leader charges now because we got the Toad and the leader. He does have his Erendite, but that's probably it. Like, he's got Erendite, he used Mamuna and stuff, he used Werewolf, Alpha Werewolf. Like I forgot, oh, he's got the Frenzied Dow, right? That's the other thing he's got left. So what do we want to draw? Any consume order is kind of worthless to draw just because of the Erendite. So let's go Vi, consume, leader, Vi, Toad. We have Decree and a Fiend left, right? None of these are better than our hand. The best outcome here is we go Fiend, we consume with the Toad. On it, he kills it because it's the only thing he killed Erendite, and we go from there, but that's unlikely. We just open with Fiend. We'll see what he's got left for Point Slam. I don't imagine he has any big finishers. Like, he's got Incubus, but I think that's about it. But we'll see. Incubus is not great here because everything he pulls back should have consumed for us. So let me go Vi and trigger the Toad. No, he just banished the Toad, right? Yeah, he banished the Toad. Banishing the Toad is actually quite annoying. We could play the other Toad. Then that plays into the Slizzard and stuff, right? Like, you don't have the Toad. Not having the Toad is actually pretty bad. So we have one Death Wish. The thing would have to be just play Vi, consume. I mean, we can work with it. There's no answer to the Vi again. He has no Heat Wave or anything. So we'll just play the Vi with Hillock and then play something to consume it with this. I guess we should play the Fiend there, actually. Yeah, there's the Toad Prince, so we did have it. Then we get the unit with the most points from our deck. Probably Fiend is 6. Witch Apprentice is also 6. Except he has a double last say, right? So the Apprentice will tick 2 more times. We play a card, he plays a card. So yeah, the Apprentice is worth more here. He'll get Erenditted, but it's the same value once it gets Erenditted as the other card would have been. It just has a slightly higher ceiling. What do we have here? Incubus is my guess. That won't be good enough. He has to last play Incubus because of the orders, right? We'll take it. GG. Nothing too hard there. Patricidal Fury Warriors. They have a pretty nice round 3. And our Consume Engines will get killed off in the later rounds, which means we need Toad carryover, right? Because once he starts playing the Highland Warlords, we can't expect anything that has an order on it to really live. So we'd have to go for them early. We only have one Vi here. Hold on a second. How are we going to make this work? I want to thin with this. Don't need this. That could get us a Vi, but might not. This is not a Fiend round 1 type of deck we're going up against, I mean. This could be okay. Got Vi once, twice, 3 times. Now we should draw again here. We don't need 2 Banshees. Alright, let's see what we've got. Probably want to go Haunt here. Let's just open with the Banshee and see if he kills it. I'm guessing he'll just start Highland Warlording first, though, right? Yeah, that's what we can do first. I think we Haunt round 1. Because as long as we can get Toad carryover, like 2 Toads plus Hunger for round 3, we should be okay. So I think that's what we want to try and go for.
Blood for Svalbard!
Comes the second Highland Warlord. I think the thing is we have a lot of consumes. What we're actually lacking is the Death Wishes. We got 1, 2. I guess we have 3, potentially 4. I guess we do draw the Haunt. Yeah, we just go for the Haunt here. Then as far as stuff to put back, I don't think we need a Bargus since we're getting one off of the Haunt anyway. Get our Banshee out. Horrorquax would be extremely good against his deck if we can hit something important. So that's what we're going to decree. I'm guessing he kills this Banshee. So we actually can't go for the Horrorquax then because we don't have the order. And it's not a Death Wish card, so we actually need to get Vi. Let's just go with the Double Cross then. Now that should be able to consume once we Horrorquax. Obviously Sove is going to be really big. And he probably has Champion's Charge. So we do have to be mindful of that once he has the, like, if he has leaders in a round. So you want to bleed those round too if at all possible. Or just pull the Sove off of this Decree. Or not this, yeah, off of this Decree into Ihwar Quacks. Alright, we'll take that. That's pretty good too. We're definitely getting Champion's charged on this 30-point Bargus, though. It's like, no way that's not going to happen. Now, you've removed the tier threat, which is really good, because that's a reset he has for one of our Ekamaras. At this point, I think we drop down our Witch Apprentice and let it start ticking. It's going to take a control card here. There's no way it just doesn't hit it. Yeah, hits it. I think we just drop the Arcaspore. Problem with Arcaspore is it doesn't thin the other one, but if he passes, I kind of don't care. If he doesn't pass, we'll eat it with a Toad, which is fantastic. It looks like he doesn't want to give this round up. Yeah, so getting the Toad here is fantastic. I think he's trying to set up the Champion's Charge without needing a leader. But he hasn't done it quite yet. What is Naglfar looking at here? We're looking at Mata, Oneiromancy. These are all good, so I guess we'd go Villain. And drop the Sove in here. I guess Champion's Charge, Bloodthirst 3. I thought it was 4 for a second. But yeah, it's totally 3. So Champion's Charge or Sove. Probably Sove first. And then Champion's Charge the next turn. Honestly here, we go Willem. Is Willem bad? Like, is it a bad play to go Willem? He has no Vabiorn, so he'd have to have the Champion's Charge in his hand right now. If we go Willem, this is a 17. This is a 6. That doesn't get us ahead. Not that we need... Yeah, we'd have to get ahead. Honestly, we could just let him have it. He doesn't have tier. He doesn't have the leader. So we're just playing into Champion Charge value at this point. I think I'll just give it to him. This kind of bricks Champion's Charge at this point. Just because he's never going to get 3 damage guys again. Which is one of his punishes. The other punish is tier. I don't think he's playing a... I don't think we need this or this. This hand is not great, if we're being honest, though. Either Slizzard or Fiend. Let's go Fiend. There's only a 7, but... Alright. Go Slizzard next. He'll kill it. Then we'll have to Leader and Toad. But our Vi's up to like 17 already, right? Yeah, it's already up to 17. So without tier as a punish, we should be fine, I think. Because tier is the extremely serious punish we pulled out of his deck. It changes a lot that that's gone.
Look closely, kiddos.
Play this so we can kill it. We're going to be quite far behind here, which is annoying. He could all-in us and potentially win. So we don't have a lot of Vi plays, which we identified round 1. Mata would be the worst thing to get off of Villain. I guess maybe not. But here's the Villain turn for sure. That's going to get us our Vi. We have the Toad. Let's trigger him. We have the Naglfar next because we need to Mata. We have to see if we get Mata before he goes for his last card. Otherwise we can't draw. But we're actually quite far behind here. This thins our deck a card by using it on this. Then we could put this on top though. Yeah, we'll stack that to the top. If he has a good card here, he probably wins. But I think it might be Champion's Charge. I think it's Champion's Charge from leftover round 1 they didn't want to put back. But maybe not. Alright, so we've got 2 ways to play Vi, 3 ways. Now we're looking for consumes that are on deploy, because I don't think he has an answer. I think Bargus might be where it's at, or Toad. I think Bargus is where it's at. As this doesn't really, playing this does not do anything, because it's gonna die to a control card. Like normally this is a good card, but not here. So we don't think he, like this deck does not play Heatwave, it's Devotion, right? So Vi is safe on the board, so we'd have to go like Vi into some of these consumes, right? I think that's the play. Probably the play. So let's draw him first.
Do not make me beg.
Probably need Oneiromancy for the Bargus. We'll see how it turns out.
Resist the Jarl's
But
will.
first we go Vi with Leader. We go this next, put him on the board. I really don't think he has a Heatwave, right? Like this is a Devotion deck because of War of Clans. We just throw him out here and they can't do anything about it. Even if he somehow kills it, it still goes back in our deck. It's only the banish that matters. So we consume here as he tries to set up his bricked Champion's Charge. That'll probably cost him the game. It's just going to hit us for like 8 damage or something. Brand, sure, and then we just play the Vi. And that should pretty much do it. Like I said, getting rid of the tier is a huge difference in this matchup. Huge difference. And once we saw that, we could play the match out completely differently. Because he misses out on one of his punishes, and his tall punish here, this is, yeah, it's Champion's Charge, like I was saying the whole time. But with only Champion's Charge as a punish and no leaders in that round, it's not going to do what he needs it to do, so he really needs the tier. Either for the reset round 2 to go all in, or for round 3 for that just value in the War of Clans that we can't stop. Dwarves. Okay, so he has 2 decent long rounds we could be afraid of. I mean, could be afraid of. Let's put that back. Definitely don't want 2 of those. So we need to... The Ewar Quacks is interesting. We don't want to pull it early and get Brewford all over, so I don't think we play it right away, but we'll play it this round. Having Haunt's good. Like, this is all seems decent enough. Actually, maybe we draw again. Do anything rather than this Banshee? No, I think we'll keep it. Let's go first. We'll throw the Banshee. Let's just go a little slow here. Go Banshee first, this for double engine. So I think the points might matter. Definitely going to want the Witch Apprentice in this round too, because he has some pretty good rounds we need to actually respect.
Never had your kneecap broken.
Turn back. Turn back.
He's going to kill this if we don't consume with it. I guess we let him. The worst thing would be if he didn't have it. The Zoltan then killed both of our consumers here. Because we need to figure out if this is sim loss with Dennis. If it's sim loss with Dennis, round 3 is bad, but it also makes our Quacks really good early. So we need to figure out which one he's doing here. I don't think there's a reason not to use this to draw Oneiromancy for Vi. I guess we just draw Vi. Is that better? I guess we have Willem for this. I guess we'll draw the Vi. And then I think we put back... Put the Spargus back. He definitely has a heat wave, so we're never playing the Vi onto a blank board. We have enough consumes already, I think. Now we're at the point where if we pull a Broover, we have a... we don't have a pass turn. We play Mata. Be really careful with the Warclax. We don't want to throw ourselves into a situation where we lose the game off of it. Like, as much as this mill can be annoying, it does have downsides. However, despite that, this is our last turn we can play it because his melee row is filling up. So, if he has a Broover in his hand, then we now block it. So I think now is a good time. I just hope it's not Broover off the top. Hopefully it's Simloss. Okay, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. We pulled this guy because this was in our hand, but we couldn't let him throw that Broover down there. Looked like he was about to do it. So, even though Warclax wasn't great there, I think it was the right play. Because this looks like a Broover setup, and then Broover is how we lose the round. We don't want to lose the round. We could have pulled a Witch Apprentice, which would also been really nice there. We had either the Witch Apprentice or the Toads. They were all good to pull. Just had to stop this Broover. Okay, this is... You can't Dennis either, because these are next to each other. So blocking this row is really good. Okay, he is playing Dennis and Simloss Workshop. You don't play that unless you're doing that. I think we play this, get it ticking. Next turn we probably play this. I don't really want to play it though, because we need to consume for a Vi for tempo. Use a Heat Wave or something. If he has an Igni, we're completely destroyed here. There's no way to play around it. But I think with the Simloss Workshop, you can't afford it. Okay, that's a big card. I think here we go for Vi again. He's going really tall on this guy, but really tall on a lot of stuff as it is. And he just passes. Alright. I think that Warclax did win the round, because I'm pretty sure he's about to throw down Broover there. I pulled a 5 version of our deck. What looked really weird, but I think it was still correct, because all of our 5s are good to pull. If we get a Slizzard, that would be amazing. I don't think this is super helpful. Actually, it is against Dennis. Dennis boosts 2 cards, so the better play is to make the Dennis play out of his deck early. I think we keep it. I think we do keep it. Then we go Archaspore into the Toad for carryover. It should be good. I'm actually nervous because Simloss Armor's Workshop Dennis is an insane short round, so we kind of need to be mindful of it. Okay, well, we could have used that Peller nowadays, but we don't have him. We still just consume this to have the Toad set up for later. We just be mindful we could draw an Archaspore. And this, I think we honestly just own Nyromancy the second Toad. How many times could we play Vi next round if we go Oneiromancy into Toad? Villain 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, we potentially could do it each turn if we play the other Toad here. So I think we will play the other Toad. It also means if we do end up deciding to Willem this round, we have a toad in our graveyard.
We must banish her. I see no other path.
So that is the Dennis Simlos setup right there. We could play a card. But I think we go round 3. I don't know. Actually, hold on a second. Let me think. If we go Willem and we get one of these two, that reduces our number of times we can play Vi potentially by 2. I think we do it though, because the Naglfar stacks and our deck's got a bunch of cards in it. I think we do this, and I think we put this here so we get less armor.
Sometimes submission is a virtue.
We trigger that one in our graveyard then. And hopefully he's forced to Simloss here. If he doesn't Simloss, it wasn't worth it. If he does Simloss, it was worth it. We're passing next turn with the spores in our hand. It was worth it. That was a very important turn. Probably a turn defines who wins this game.
Only one with no sense would trust the word.
We're not beating this in a round 3 with Dennis. One thing to keep in mind though, he still has Company plus Broover, which is really, really good. As long as Company plus Broover is going to be really good, that could still win him the game. But we definitely don't win if he has that left. We could draw Archospore off of this draw. We need to keep that in mind, but we also need these 2 cards, so we have to risk it. I think we lose to Broover, but we start going anyway. Not like we have any other options in this deck other than just play Vi every turn. Hopefully this does something. He still has his Heat Wave if he's running it, which he probably is. There's one big answer. Company, the next turn's Broover. We can't stop it.
When pigs fly, eh?
We're short a way to play Vi, unfortunately. There he is.
Let's get to work.
That should give him the win. One would think. So his last card's Heat Wave. Then he just has all these dwarves ticking. That should be enough, right?
Ye who wander on the gale, ye we summon, ye we call.
So we go about 29. Yeah, that's enough. We needed another way to play Vi. We need to draw one of these 2. Like, in our hands, we didn't have Peller, and so we didn't have to decree... That's Dennis. He still wins, though, right? Yeah. We needed another way to play Vi in our hand. We just didn't draw it. Patricidal Fury Warriors. This is probably decent. Going first is nice because it means we can set up our Haunt, which we drew in our hands. We don't have to worry about it. So we're a little short, or we will be a little short on just, like, consume things because he's going to kill all the Slizzards and stuff if we play them. So they would be by far the best if we played them now. These will be decent later. Don't need this. Don't have one. I guess we go Haunt. This Banshee will get killed later on as well. He might just... because they always play Highland Warlord first. Almost always. So usually the first one lives. Then everything else afterward is dead. Horrorquax is extremely good here. If we can pull Tyr, it's amazing. If we can pull Fukusha, it's amazing. Herald's amazing.
Or need I kill you again?
But Tyr would be by far the best thing we could pull here. I think we do the scroll. We get the Ehorquax that way. Then let's put back this fiend. Get Tyr. Let's go. Alright, you know, that's still pretty good.
On both sides.
That is still pretty good. But it does mean he has Tyr. Tyr is really scary because it has a reset on it for round 2. And obviously, third form Tyr is always incredibly scary. I think we do Archospore now. I like Archospore. We consume here, and it sets up a Toad consume for actual tempo. Because we're really far ahead. I don't think we need additional points here. Yeah, okay, we'll pass. So Tyr is really scary round 2, but we don't want a round 3 Tyr with like long round. And Patricidal Fury, I think we should push to make him use the Iced or Svangri. Because he doesn't have... Did I say Sov round 1? I didn't mean Sov. Sov is the... Oh yeah, Sov. Yeah, that's right. What am I thinking? For a second there, I just thought this was Blaze of Glory, and that I'd been saying the wrong thing the whole time. But no, we were right. This is useless. This... Well, this is actually not useless because of Tyr, but we can get it off of this if we need it. And then this is good. So are these. These are going to die, so I think we put one back. Just open with this guy. So we can just, either at the end of the round, near the end of the round, we decide if we want to decree into Peller, if he's going to keep plays Tyr, or into Mata to draw more, I think is how we do this. I mean, I'll be honest, this is not the worst consume thing we could have here for a Toad. Because we just want these Toads set up for round 3 carryover. If we can deny him engine value on it, that's worth it. And now the Sov becomes not guaranteed anymore. He's gonna have to like Clash or something to set it up. Or like more damage cards out of his hand. Let's do this Toad too. If we have 2 Toads in our graveyard and 2 leaders, we're very confident round 3. Is Oneiromancy the only gold in our deck? No, we've got Mata. So if we play Willem, we'd have to Vi before Willem. We might have to use... We might have to use a leader on our Vi here. I think we do. It's fine. We have the 2 Toads, so this is okay then. Gotta apply a little bit of pressure because we want to start going apprentices. Well, the one apprentice could have our hand. He could Sov. Like, if he Sovs, we're done here, I think. Although, Tyr is still very scary. We probably just do play down until he plays the Tyr, honestly. Okay, what are we doing there? Guess he's just going to Clash it, right? So Sov is gone. Drop this, let him kill it.
Quick! Move those hooves! Or both be hammed!
Really would like him to play Tyr this round. Is it worth using our other leader charge to do it, though? That's where I'm not sure. Here's the thing. It is worth it to make him use the Tyr. The thing is, I'm not sure if it will make him use the Tyr. That's the real what we should be saying here. If we go Willem, I guess we go Willem. Guess we go Willem here. Because the Mata is the one where... Yes, we use a leader on this. Because the Mata here would have been a really good time for her. Still have a whole bunch of ways to play it round 3. But that's it for round 2. Maybe we shouldn't have used those leaders or cards there. Kind of want the Bargus then. But he also has no heat wave. So once Vi's on board, we could just play a deploy consume on it. Ah, he's up by 1. Feels bad. You really want that tier to come down. Because he still has tier, and then he can go leader into Champion's Charge round 3 and still kill off one of our guys. I think we do this and try and find Mata. We can go Neuromancy Mata, or we can pick this, have Mata later. I think we decree for a consume. I think we do this. The other one has Echo, but we'd play it for Mata. We know this is a Devotion deck, so you don't play Devotion without in this deck, especially not with War of Clans. So he should have to do his leader, Champion's Charge, and then we're happy round 3. Vi still goes back to our deck, so if he kills it, it's fine. I think people forget that. Alright, now we're feeling pretty good. Now we feel good. Champion's Charge is gone. You also have the tier, but there's nothing we can do about that. He played one War of Clans already, and the Fukusha we pulled out. So we got Herald and a War of Clans and the tier ability, which is a lot of points. But we do have this. The Spores actually becomes quite good. We do want to draw our other Vise or Consumes, though. We want Deploy Consumes. Come on. We didn't get one. So we have the 2 Toads in our graveyard. This will not live, but we play it anyway. Do we play it? It just feeds him into a Primal Savagery. I guess we do. He's going to let us get an order off on this. That is interesting. Is he playing Heart of Terror? The only reason this makes sense to me is if he has Heart of Terror in his hand to punish this if we consume it a whole bunch of times. Nothing else makes any sense to me. Well, we played Double Cross. This is for the thing you got tier on. We have 2 Toads. We have 2 Toads. Let's go Decree. If we go Decree Mata, does that help versus not doing the Mata? It gives us the same number of Vis, right? Oh no, it gives us an extra one, because we'd be able to play it again, right? We'd draw the Vi, we could play it out of the deck, consume with a Toad out of the deck. So we get 1 more Vi. But the thing is, when we lose one of these by getting it, so we still only have Vi plus 1. Right, because it doesn't change the number of times we get it. We just have a Mata versus... Essentially the difference is we get the same number of points, except he has a low provision card and we have a Mata. That's probably actually beneficial for him, so we don't do it. That's our Spores target. Unless he plays something else really good with tier next turn. Is there a benefit to playing Spores here versus next turn? Let's think. He would... This is gone. He has Herald maybe. Is Herald going to get something a bigger boost than that has? No. This could be that. It'll be the same. I think we just take it. Is there a disadvantage doing this now, though? I think we just take it now. It doesn't matter, I guess. Nice, we finished another one of our quests. This deck was actually... I had a lot of quests that I didn't realize this deck would finish. GG. So that is the deck. Not too surprising. It's very, very standard. Vi is always kind of like the same thing. But yeah, the points do kind of seem to be there now after the Vi buff. So all you guys requested this deck. I hope you enjoyed this video. I admit, I understand the appeal of playing Vi. Like, you just play your big guy every turn, and he just gets bigger and bigger, and eventually you win. Like, I get it. Like, it's kind of... I can see it. I can see it. It just... As someone who plays a lot of games, I feel like it would get boring pretty quickly. And it's not fun to have all that decision pushed onto you. For you to figure out what is your game plan to stop this giant thing from getting bigger. Thematically, I'll admit, also, thematically it's very cool. It's just not necessarily... Thematically being cool doesn't always translate to being fun, but that's okay. I think I'll have to take this off of my most hated card list, though. Because I kind of... The theme really does... Now that I think about it, the theme really adds to it, but we'll see. In any case, as far as the actual deck, I think I think everything's pretty much set for most of the Vi, except maybe this Peller, Spores, Fiends potentially, and these 5 slots. Now, is there anything that would have helped the deck that we didn't have? Like a control card. One thing would be like the Regere of Vol, and then putting 2 of these to a 4, or a Parasite. That's an option. Oh, we got Last Wish. We could play Last Wish, I guess. I completely forgot about that card existing. Huh. Guess we could play that. It wouldn't be the worst thing. Also wouldn't be the best thing because of the inconsistencies, but... Yeah, we could play Deregre is what I was actually thinking about. And then maybe take Bargus, Witch Apprentice out. Like 1 Witch Apprentice, maybe a Bargus cut to a second 4. There's always like decent 4s you could put in. Not necessarily in monsters. There's always decent 4s you can put in. Pretend like I didn't click on the wrong faction there. Like there's always options here. You can put in the Squirrel. That's one thing I was thinking of. Oh, Fairy Merchant, by the way. Pretty hard counter to this deck once you've Nagelfarred. Someone tried to do this to me yesterday. We were like, I wasn't playing this deck. I was playing some deck, and they used Fairy Merchant to get my own Oneiromancy. I think I was playing the Koshé scenario deck, and they just ripped off Fairy Merchant out of nowhere and stole my own Oneiromancy. Then I could never get any of my cards. They lost all my consistency, and they just drew all their consistency. Like I Oneiromancied into their own Oneiromancy, which was something that you can see apparently. But yeah, it's a pretty hard counter if you ever Nagelfar. But yeah, there's options here, and like I said, Megascope's kind of interesting because you can Megascope the giant toads, and then you just have infinite consumes without your leader round 3. If you just do this on 2 giant toads, go to round 3 with 4 giant toads in your graveyard, and you just play Vi every turn. Now that is very hard to stop, but it also loses all the round 1 tempo that Vi is good at. So I don't know. I think I'd like to fit in a control of some type. I'm not actually sure how many times we'll play this deck, but I don't know. I think maybe like this one of each of these for Deregere, and then a 4 like the Squirrel. It doesn't mess anything up, right? Haunt's still good. Vi, like that doesn't mess any of these up. It's still bigger with Hillock. Something you have to keep in mind. That's why you can't play Riptide, because it messes up the Whisper, not Hillock, the Double Cross. And it's also just too expensive. I'd rather have a Bargist or Witch Apprentice. Are we short on consumes? Like sometimes we are. Do we ever play the Bargist out of our hand and feel good about it? I don't think we did. I think we'll do this. We'll go to 6, and then we'll put in, I think, Deregere. Fisher King's not bad either for consistency reasons. Could also play Spear. Parasite's better, though, because it lets you put it on the Bargist sometimes to get the dominance back. I think we'll do that, and we'll do Squirrel. I think this is what we'll try. I'm not sure if we'll try it right now, but at some point maybe we'll try this. Although this messes with Dereggery. Yeah, I don't like it. I like the Dereggery being... Mess with Dereggery. Messes with Villum. I think I like the Villum being better. I think I like the Villum, how it is. Guess we could go Cyclops. We never have anything really great. We're just going to stick these back in here for now. I'm going to think about it more. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. That was the deck. It's pretty good. Not much to it. But there's more to it than you might think at first glance, I guess. But it was actually not that bad. Like, it was actually kind of fun to play. I get the appeal. Or even by the end of this video, I was kind of getting a little bored of it. But it is what it is. And hope you guys enjoyed this one. Glad to see the Vi deck. Even if I don't really like playing against it, good to see that it's like at least playable now. And hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.